Lilith, and Lilith is to do with the shadow. The shadow is not all bad. It's part of us that's in humanity, consciousness and the subconscious, unconscious, and it's basically can be parts of us that have been hidden from us, from our childhood, our genius, our own, special gifts. So it's very worth looking at that too. The South Node is past life, and it's what we bring in, the gifts that we bring in, but also where we don't want to get stuck. So what we do is we move towards the North Node, and the North Node will tell us where we are meant to be heading. That's the idea with the North Node. Neptune is to do with beyond the senses, the five senses. It's beyond this realm. It's our sleep time. It's melatonin. It's also the ruler of Pisces. So every planet has a ruler as well. We don't with Chiron or Lilith, but Saturn, as I said, was rules Capricorn, and Neptune rules Pisces. And then we have Pluto, which is birth, death, transformation, transmutation. And we've also got Uranus, which is breaking free of limitations. And there's a lot more to this, but I'm giving you a breakdown of my chart and showing you briefly. Then we have Jupiter, which is expansion, it's law, it's truth, it's travel, it's overseas, it's grandiosity also. The moon is our emotions, it's mother. Now mother, with Jung as well, mother, that can cover a whole area, and Mother Earth, Mother Sky, and the moon. It can be watery emotion. It can be, our needs and the ego. The ego again, it's been given a bashing in spirituality, but the ego is actually something that we need in order to be able to, decide what we want for ourselves. So we have healthy ego and we have unhealthy. And then we have the moon rules the sign of Cancer, and then also Jupiter, I'd add. I didn't add that. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, and Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, and Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. Then I've got my sun here in Gemini, so the sun is our will of who we are. It's just we shine. Then we've got Mars, and Mars is our libido. This is not a sexual thing. This is the libido of the psyche, the drive that we have, our impulses. So it's part conscious decision of I want to do something, but it's also our impulsiveness as well. It can be war, it can be anger, it can be a warrior. So again, we feed into the meaning, and of course man gave meaning to these and the words that we use and the description and the images and the images that we see with regard to these things, again, were, man chose those, and we all agree upon certain things. Being human beings, we all believe that the sun rises, and it does, as an example. So we can believe many different things. We have Mercury, which is communication, and it's left brain, and it's basically where we make lists and things like that, and we talk to people, emails, short journeys, travels, siblings, and such like. And then Venus is to do with our inner needs. And actually, I will say, I did this. So we've got the ruler, the sun rules Leo, Mars rules the Aries, and then Mercury rules here Gemini, and it also rules Virgo as well. So the higher, two different types of mind there with the Virgo archetype. And then we have Saturn, which that we come back round again. And then we have the houses, 12 houses, and we have the ecliptic. So the rising sign changes every 2 hours roughly. And this is why, and this is different all over the world. Like if we pulled up a chart for the USA right now, we pulled up a chart in the UK, a child being born right now, baby, would have a different rising sign. So we're all very different. And inside we have these lines that you see. This is a trine. This is an opposition. This is a square. This is here is a quintile. It's called a quintile. So all of these mean something. And then what I'm going to do now, and you can see here, you can see all of the sun is, 0 degrees 16. The moon is 17 degrees 45. Mercury for me is 23:41, and it's showing the house. And also then you look at what have you got retrograde in your chart. So the nodes are always retrograde because the nodes go that way around the chart, and the planets move this way around the chart, which I'm going to show you on my solar fire in a moment. The other thing is that we have the ascendant, which is here. Then we have the descendant, which is relationships. The ascendant's who I am. The descendant is other. And then we have the IC. So you can see IC. This is the lowest part of the chart. It's family, home. And then we rise. Yeah, we rise through the chart as the planets go round. This is the bottom of the chart. And then we have also the MC. So this is our work. This is, what work have we come to do in the world? And this shows, for me, my rising is Virgo. So that's, my chart, but yours is going to be different unless you've got exactly the same degree of Scorpio. But saying that, it's going to be different in so many ways for all of us because the planets will be in different places. Then what we have is, I'm going to share my solar fire, and you can see this chart here. So this is my solar fire, and if you look at this here, it's in the inner wheel is my natal chart, which I've just showed you, and on the outer wheel right now, the planets where they are right now. So if I go forward here by, let's see, days, I'm just going to show you. Let's go back there, 22nd. And then we got the moon. Watch the moon moving. And the moon moves into Gemini. In the coming hours, it's going to be moving through. And as we look at this, we're able to then see what's going on in our life because the planets will fall into different houses, areas of life. So look here for me, I have all of these planets in the second house, and this is to do with my values and my needs. So this point in my life, and where Pluto is at 24 degrees, it's going to be there for some time. So I'm just going to move this forward to show you. 12 degrees is my Aquarius, my third house here. So you can see on the outside, my IC starts at 20 degrees. My ascendant is 27. Go back there. 4 degrees is my second house here. And then my third house is 12 degrees. And this is because of the way we're moving through space and time. And we use porphyry in evolutionary astrology. So do look at Pluto, Jeff Wolf-Green. So what I could tell you is that at the moment, the North Node is on my moon. So this is sweeping my past and emotions away. The last time that would have happened would have been 18 years ago. I've also got Neptune moving into my fourth house, which is dissolving any past trauma that I've experienced. And this will be different for everybody. Neptune dissolves things. So where it's fallen for me is absolutely perfect on my life journey. You can see here as well that this Neptune, and you can see this is 20 degrees. This is a trine. So this period of time, many people that are the same age as me will have this because this is generational, because Neptune takes 180 odd years to move around the chart. I'm going to show you, I've got here, which is quite lovely for me, that I want to do a lot more writing. So Jupiter is at the moment 8 degrees. And if we go forward by days, and I want you to watch Jupiter, there you go, 10 degrees, 11 degrees, 12 degrees, and then there it goes. It moves into on the 14th of February, I believe. There you go, 13th of February, it's moving into my third house for a period of time, which will enable me to focus, and, there will be expansion in my expression and writing and my communication, which is perfect for me. Pluto for me, Pluto takes 245 years to move around the chart. and Saturn takes 29 years. So every planet is moving at different speed. So what I would do is, with Pluto, going by days, it would take forever. But we do know that Pluto in 2023, it's going to go into the sign of Aquarius. Then it will retrograde back for 5 months, and then it will go forward again, and it will land in Aquarius for the next 20 years to 2044, from 2024 to 2044. So let's go months ahead to get this moving. 25 degrees, Pluto. And it's moving retrograde. Pluto moves so slowly. But we love Pluto because it transforms us. That's what it does. 28, 29. There you go. 0, 0, 0. That's the 13th of April 2023 there. And it's still in my second house. So we can see them. If I go years ahead, we can see how long is Pluto in my second house. So then we can begin to define what that's doing for me. Still working on my values. There you go. So in 2031, it will be in my third house. So fascinating stuff. I hope you've enjoyed this and learned some tips from me. If you've got any comments, leave them below the video. Thanks for watching.